Preventing impunity and securing the safety of media workers and journalists. For me, coming as I do from Norway, safeguarding journalists and journalism and ensuring that the free press can perform its vital functions of reporting, commenting and criticizing is of paramount importance. Free media is indeed one of the cornerstones of a vibrant society, a vibrant democracy. We are serious in Norway when we call it the fourth power in society, in addition to the executive, the legislative and the judicial. So it goes without saying for us that freedom of the press must be maintained. It's a crucial part of the global commitments that we have all signed on to. It's equally important that the media are allowed to freely perform their role as a watchdog over politicians, public administration and the court system, and over the performance of private actors, including business and non-governmental organizations. A crucial element in this is ensuring that journalists can perform their tasks without having to be afraid of their own security. Being a journalist reporting from a war zone has always been a risky business. But in addition to this, we now face a worrying global trend where journalists are being targeted just because they are journalists. And this is not confined to war zones. More and more we see journalists being attacked because they are considered as political actors, as enemies that must be eliminated because they are seen as threats to the interests of those they report on. And more we also see reports of journalists being taken prisoner and murdered by extremist groups while trying to perform their job. The fact that more than 100 journalists and media workers have been killed in Pakistan since the year 2000 underscores the seriousness of the problem. But the increase in attacks on journalists is not confined to Pakistan. It's indeed a worrying global development that threatens to undermine the march towards stronger democratic institutions and more accountable political leaders. To me, there are two aspects of this challenge. The first is, of course, to ensure that the necessary legislation safeguarding journalists and journalism is developed and put into place. But the second and equally important challenge is to ensure that this legislation is followed up in practice, that the authorities give the priority that is required to protecting journalists and journalism. And here we still face great and perhaps growing challenges on a global basis. So to me it's important that the authorities indeed walk the talk, that they follow up on a daily basis the legislation that they have enacted. And bearing in mind the international